Hey guys, so about 2 years ago, a few years ago, there was this one time that I actually joined in on a class, on a seniors class. I think it was performance practice. It was a finals slide. It was a final examination slide presentation. And so, I was watching a bunch of my seniors present. Some of them were talking about guitar, some of them were talking about EDM. And then there was this one guy, I still remember till today, he was talking about Black Orpheus, if I'm not mistaken. And so the lecturer asked him, like, okay, you presented very well. Can you show us? Now, you have to understand, a lot of Malaysians, when people say, can you just show us something on the spot? And if we didn't practice anything, we didn't prepare anything, we would just say, oh, no, it's okay lah, it's okay. That's the Malaysian courtesy, that's the Asian courtesy. But no, this guy, the lecturer said, can you show us? He immediately just looked around. Okay. Borrowed a friend's guitar, started playing. I don't know if it was part of the plan, but it really looked like he wasn't prepared at all. But he still played as if he's played it 10,000 times. And today I'm talking to that guy, and his name is Joe, and I'm so happy to be able to discuss with him and get him to share his experience with us on this podcast. Hey Joe, how you doing?
Hi, Kobe. I'm good.
Do you still remember that time?
It was a long time story. But you mentioned that songs. Yeah, I think I remember one or two. Yeah,
Yeah. It was
um,
Black Orpheus, right?
Black Office. Yes.
What was that presentation about anyway?
Was presenting about music culture. So I remember what I'm trying to present is the blues. So when talk about the blues, so I have to went back to the 19th in American. So I chose Black Orphans as the blues music
Oh,
for the,
nice.
for the title. I
Okay.
don't know. I didn't even know you're there.
Yeah, I was a first year kid, like
It
sitting in the
surprised me
darkness.
also.
But let's get honest. Did you actually practice? Did you actually prepare to
Yeah,
play?
actually, one of us are prepared.
Oh, okay. Because at that time I was like looking at, like, wow, this senior just like on the spot, just like that, huh? Just like pick up his guitar and then just play. I was like, respect. So how you been, man?
Everyone, good.
Good. Do you still play and perform nowadays?
Currently during the COVID issues, so there's not more performance we can get, right? But now mainly is for the teaching,
Oh, okay.
teach the student guitar, yeah, for living,
And where do you teach usually?
online class.
Uh huh.
Mm. So my area, you mean a teaching area?
Yeah.
Around Cheras, Sedang,
Oh,
Kacang.
right around here. Nice. And how's that? Yeah. Like less students, more students online?
It depends. Sometimes student leave, student increase, but for now is, I think, consider stable. Consider stable.
Oh, okay.
Not that less, but not that much also.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah. Do you still have that? I remember you had your I think it was a hollow guitar that you played for chamber music, or do you still?
Hollow guitar was the Yamaha silence guitar.
What
Now
was
as
it
we
again?
practice stuff.
What was it again? Yamaha?
Yamaha
Uh-huh.
silence guitar.
Do you still use it, or?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
not so much in performance, much more in the practice hour.
Oh, it's not like a proper performance guitar thing.
It's 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 is is proper, and many artists use it for performance. But for me, I think I feel it's still too hollow.
Oh, okay.
Lack of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So sounds will feel a bit digital for me.
It really sounds electronic lah. It doesn't sound organic anymore.
Organic is personal preference lah,
Yeah, I
but
was
not
thinking of
organic
that.
for me.
Yeah, I was thinking of that.
Unless there is some genre really needs the neon sounds, then
Uh-huh.
I will use it.
something like post rock or like very very not jazz lah.
Yeah, just sometimes.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So how can you like bring me through your experience in like UPM? So before that, you, if I'm not mistaken, like you did STPM and then you went to UPM or something like that, right?
Also, the journey, how I came into UPM and how I go out from UPM.
Yeah, I mean like I want to relate, especially on your musical side, because I remember that a lot of our senior like did remind me that you did put some performances for the college, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So how was that?
Uh, my my path is a little bit different from the no, normal STBM students
Okay.
because when during I finished my Form 5, I went to UCSI for their music foundations
Uh huh.
for the music foundation. So I studied 1 year there. So finally, I not decided to continue the degree there. So I still remember during the UCSI time, I meet our lecturer now, Madam Ang.
Ah.
She is coaching the coaching the choir there or some event. I can't remember already. Then I
Yeah.
know she's from UPM, so I dare go to ask her, oh, is that possible? I enrolled into UPM as the UCSI Foundation Music student. Then she said it's possible. Mm.
Yeah.
Then during my first first 3 months in UCSI, I also meet Justin, one of our
Justin.
one of
Justin
our
Chu.
senior, Justin Chiu, yes.
Oh.
She,
Okay.
he also the foundation student in UCSI.
Oh,
So I
nice.
know he went to the UPM study. So
Mhm.
I try to uh, get, try my luck. So in the end, I prepared 3 songs to our auditions, our UPM music auditions, and I passed. So that's how I came UPM. Yeah, that's the journey.
Yeah. And even then, you audition, play guitar or?
Yeah, of course, play guitar.
Oh. Because
Yeah, guitar.
when you said Madam Ang, she's Doctor Ang now. Doctor Ang Mei Fung. For
Oh, yes,
those
yes,
of you who
yes.
are interested, you can check her out on the UPM website. Doctor Ang Mei Fung. Yeah. When you said Doctor Ang, it's like I was thinking more of the choir side, the vocal side.
You're right, you're right.
Because now that you mentioned that, I do remember that you were singing that African choir thing in your last year, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Uh,
I remember that, yeah.
oh, there's a horror story.
It's a learning story, lah, I would say.
Yes, yes.
So what about your life in UPM? Then?
What about my life in UPM?
Yeah, like you were performing and then suddenly you went into a research site. How did that happen?
I think when I recall back what I did in UPM, because in our music department is quite interesting. Not everyone can get the music performance path
Yeah.
because it's have the quotas. So origin from first I try to just want to get the performance part also, but eventually I go to research sites.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for me it's a very good lesson too because music is a very big field and not just playing.
Yeah.
It also got the knowledge part, the the education part. I think those are important also because this minor branch are support the whole music industry. So not just playing. So it helps me, I think, see wider. The music scene is much wider than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a new sight, a new eyesight for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. So this, I mean, the biggest learning part for me. And actually I learned a lot during my research also.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like you're one of those people. I think we're like the same, whereby our high school, and then because you did foundation, I did diploma also, so we did perform a lot, right?
Okay.
And then when you came to that research side, you're like, oh my goodness, right?
Culture shock. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. How do you survive with that? Like suddenly, oh my goodness, I have to read like 1,000 papers.
Uh, I think I have just to first I have to accept it because if I didn't, I could not survive and I could not graduate. But I think this is very important part.
Mm-hmm.
We have to face the problem. So how do I survive through this? I think because I met a good teacher. Is my my FYP supervisor. He's Dr. Chow Alway.
Ah,
He's very expert in the research. So I under him like 1 year. I learned a lot really. I learned a lot. So thanks to him, uh, he really tells me a lot of things about the research and about the music scenes, whatever, whatever.
awesome. So let's get down to it. Let's talk about your FYP because I've always been interested in your FYP research. I don't know if you knew, but I was kind of waiting for you to like not I mean not everyone publish it, but like put it into the hardbound copy and then put it into the library. But then I never got around to reading your name. It's something related to religion and music. Is that it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So could you
It's-
tell us about that one?
oh, okay. What my final year research is about the religious music. Mhm. So the title is the contemporary Buddhist music practice in the Theravada-based and humanist Buddhism-based center in Klang Valley, Malaysia.
Okay.
For the information, is that the Theravada or the humanistic Buddhism is two main branch of Buddhism because nowadays Buddhism split into three branch. So this 3 to 4 branch. This is two of them.
Okay.
Okay. So it's try to understand about the music practice inside these two branches.
So did you look at it from a cultural perspective, looking into the music, or you entered as a music student, looking at the culture? Is it, or you didn't even look at the culture side?
Um, I I cannot split the culture and the music because I think music is part of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to investigate the whole, including when during the Buddhism, the Buddhist center, they have the chanting event,
Mhm.
and I have to look into what they do when they are bow, when they rise,
Mhm.
their postures, and how was the chant, how was the melody there. So I consider everything as a part because the title is music practice. So it's a not just music itself, also
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah,
practice.
yeah, yeah. But that's a big thing though, right? Did you like go to? Is there like a a a community you work with for this, or you just go
Uh,
to different places?
I go to different places to collect the data I need.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been two places to collect my data. One as a one is the Nalanda Music Boutique Center
Mm-hmm.
in Sedang as a one data representative. Another one is in the Jenjarom. There's as another one data place for data collection.
Okay. So so what did you find from those?
What did that, sorry?
Like what did you find? What was your like research
Uh,
plan? What was your
so basically why this project's been do because music in nowadays was used as the Dharma propagation tools by Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
I think not just Buddhism, even the Christians, they also use music to
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to attract people. Hey, come here. So I think music nowadays, Buddhism also do this, And whereas Malaysian Buddhist Society and Temple also conduct few music events and activity in recent years. There's a very huge one conducted every year by the Foguangsan called the Tamahao.
Okay.
This event is really a lot of people happen in Bukit Jalil Stadium.
Uh-huh.
So you can imagine how big it was.
Before COVID lah.
Before COVID, yes.
Yeah.
This year don't have.
Yeah.
Last year don't have. Okay, so I think it's very interesting to know how this Buddhism treat music as it. So what is the aspect to driven this Buddhism school perceptions toward music or Buddhist music? So my research question is around here.
Okay.
Therefore, what I did was not that big because the time limitation. I only can find out few questions. So what I do is to determine the different and similarities of the musicality in the liturgical chants of both Buddhist center. So I will try to find out what's the different and similarities of the chanting, of both chanting, because Buddhist practice there are chants in the morning and the evening. So it's a good place. Yes.
But for this both sides there are differences. Is that what you're saying, or?
Yes, there are definitely difference. The way they chant and the music aspect the chant are kind of different.
So you were talking about the music, and what about the score? What about the score situation?
The score situations.
Yeah. Did you like transcribe them part by part? Because I know that a lot of ethnomusicology research does that, right?
Yep. Because in the end, if you want to show the result, you have to present what you analyze. So the music score is the part of the conclusion or the answers for you want to bring to everyone. So the score, I think I spent quite some time to transcribe the score, because what I did transcribe what usually I transcribe is the guitar solo. So for the chanting transcribe, I think it's another stuff. Yeah, because you want to hear what instrument is going on. Some have the polyrhythm, some have the complex rhythm. You have to catch up everything. So I have to try to re-listen.
This is not like making lead sheets or whatever, right?
Making lead sheet, part of the lead sheet, but don't have the chords. Yeah.
So I did want to ask you about how would you apply it, but before that, I just want to ask you, is it similar to you know back in those days, like you said just now, Christian music? We're talking about hymns and whatever, and even before that, there has Gregorian chant and all, right? Would it be like the same music function or same kind of idea, or not at all?
In terms of function, I think it will be the same. They try to. I mentioned about the Christian. If they want to say deliver some message, they will put into the melody, so it becomes the just now what you say,
Gregorian chant.
Gregorian chant. This there's some kind of this put into the Buddhism context is also because what Buddhism chants, the chants words actually are the Buddhist canon. So in terms of function, it's the same.
Okay.
They try to
But But see, the thing that I understand about Gregorian chant is that it's always the same kind of music, and it's always about the same kind of uh, lyrics. I would say, is that the same in Buddhist chants, or is it like different? Is it like more improvised because it's Asian content? Because like Western and Asian, there's like a difference in improvisation usage, right?
Mm,
Yeah. So do you think there's like more improvisation if you compare it to the Western chants, the Christian chants?
okay, before I do the research, I thought Buddhism chants are kind of fixed and not that musicality,
Mm-hmm.
not much more, not more musicality. It has some definitely, but one of my research data was give me an amazing result is they have few parts are actually improvisation, have the improvisation element inside. So if you want to ask the info, the freedom or the I think yeah, there is some.
Ah, that's awesome. Yeah. And you did say like you usually have to find it with your guitar, right? Does it actually apply? Like I know like maybe just for fun, like if you actually like use it on your guitar side, does it actually work?
I think not not direct related lah. In
That's right.
order to transcribe the stuff, or you gotta have some music fundamental skill.
That's true. Yeah.
But if you say what my research directly helped to my guitar playing, I think no, because what I mainly do is type writing and analyzing these kind of things.
Yeah, but it's true lah. What you say. You do need that strong music foundation, and how you gain that is from your days of performances, your days of playing guitar. So oh, okay, if they sing it in this scale, this way, it's in this key. So how
Yes.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So if we do the music research, better have some know some theory and know some instrument. It
Yeah,
will
that's true.
definitely.
So what was your plan for this? Like, how could you apply this knowledge?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah.
I think it's also more into the research side because music, what I mentioned, is just like culture. It keep changing day in day. So I believe through the deep understanding of this will benefit our music industry. So we musicians can know the taste of the current Buddhism in Malaysia. Because the Buddhist music in Malaysia, from what I know, is there's just very few researcher touching it.
Yeah.
So it's a very new, still have a really big gap. So I try to get into first. So to provide some useful data for the musician or even researcher who want to get into the Malaysia Buddhist music.
That's a very strong point. So let me just ask you this: when when people say, this might sound controversial, so when people say Malaysian music, it's more of the Malayan side, which is I don't know, gamelan and then Dondang Sayang and whatever. Would you think like this kind of Buddhist chants, and even in Malaysia there are Christians, in Malaysia there are there are other kinds of ethnicities, would this fall under Malaysian music or just not at all?
Will this fall under?
Malaysian music, yeah. I understand that your
It's considered as the Malaysian music.
yeah, not the Malaysian music, but if people search like in a list of music in Malaysia, right? Do you think that this would pop up? This would appear as an example of like to represent Malaysia?
I think for what I thought possible. In terms of what I say, Malaysian Buddhist music, Malaysian have its own production. for the Buddhist music. So by this production, I think it should call the Made in Malaysia. So it's
Yeah, yeah,
Malaysian.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
Because I would assume like when you put in your research like looking for the Tiawana music and all,
Mm.
and then at the end it's like within Klang Valley or within Selangor or within Malaysia. So it's Malaysian music, right? So it's kind of not fair when people say Malaysian music or music in Malaysia, but then all these things are doesn't include. So it should be
Uh,
included, right?
yeah, it should be. It should be. Also give the was it also is the encouragement for the Malaysian Buddhism because Malaysia also have a lot of great musicians. They try to make some good music.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a way to encourage them. Yeah, the Malaysian music product is great.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, do you think that it will also help people to think more freely of music? Because people always think like music is always related to entertainment, right? So now that you have brought out this presentation that music in religion actually has strong value. So would
Yes,
you
yes.
think that Malaysians might actually be open to changing their minds because of this?
For what I think, Malaysian is quite open-minded already.
Oh, that's
Because
fair.
what the result I get is both Buddhist center also using music as the tool to welcome people or using the tool or using the music for the events they have. So I think it's quite open-minded.
Okay. Sounds awesome. Now, before we end, right? Just like a last question. How do you think that you can like use whatever that you've learned in your foundation, in your degree, and in your performance life and in this research life? Do you like how do you combine it all together into your like what you do now in your teaching and like after COVID, what's your plan after this? Do you think that there is a way that everything can connect together?
From what I learned during my studies, okay, my study journey, is the music is not just about ourselves. Because during I start learning music and playing music, I play music is for my own enjoyment. I try to bring out some skill, to show yourself is capable.
Mhm.
I think I have the this kind of way of thinking. But as long the times go long and long, I found this very boring because only yourself, right?
Yeah. It's like short sendiri lah.
Yeah, short sentence. Yes, that's true. So I think for the music, for playing music, I think have to consider another thing is how your music benefit others. That's a very big part of it. So I choose teaching because I think teaching is bring joy to for another person. Then another person will bring the joy to another person.
Mhm.
It's spreading. So I find the meaning during the teaching. And the FIP I mentioned just now is I also find music could be a very great tools no matter in the religious side or hospital for the project what you're working on now.
Mhm.
I think music is a very great tool for helping people. So yeah. So what I learned is try to connect the music with other to help them. So I think I have the way of this kind of thinking. I'll be more. I enjoy the music much more.
Yeah.
Also, not just about myself.
Yeah. That's very that's a very inspiring thing to listen to. So thank you so much, Joe, for sharing about all your life experiences, your music experiences, and your study experiences too. I hope,
Thank you.
yeah, I hope everything goes well for you, especially now that we're in this new year. Oh, I should have started with this. Happy New Year. Should
Happy
have.
New Year, Bobby.
Yeah. So thank you very much for being on this podcast, and I hope we do get to meet meet up soon, like physically,
Okay.
and really like hang out together. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you, Bobby. Also, I'm happy to share something I could hear. Hope you guys grab something from this channel, from Bobby channel. So play music, stay safe, and stay alive.
And on that note, if you have any questions as usual for Mr. Joe here, for me, or for any future guests that you wish to ask, you can just send me an email at aminbob13@yahoo.com and I'll get any of them to reply on future episodes. Thank you so much.